Hey, what's up team? G's back, and G's back with a secret. Today I'm gonna tell you the secret of losing weight. But I will show you within 3 easy steps on how to create a sustainable journey that anyone can achieve. Usually people, I know from my experience, make things way too complicated. Or in some cases, they just whining too much. So you just need to get your shit together and get it done. Like even in social media, I get this energy floating like around the calorie tracking that is in some sort of correlated with eating disorder, which is absolutely bullshit. Like just think about it, it couldn't be further from the truth. Like we as humans, we track absolutely everything. Even when it comes to progress of weight losing, we track it by scales. We track our bank accounts, we track our finances, we track mileage on the car, we track everything. So what is wrong with tracking the fucking calories? And another thing is start small. Like anything is good. Like 4 cookies is better than 5. 3 cans of Coke is better than 4. 2 Krispy Kreme donuts is better than 3. Don't change your life dramatically in order to fit diet. Look into your lifestyle, find what's wrong with it and change it by implementing change slowly. Okay, so here's my secret. First thing you need to do, open the Google and write TDEE calculator. And then you're gonna get 1,000 or more of the TDEE calculators on different websites. Try any of them. Go on any of them, enter your data, and they will give you the amount of calories recommended. So this will be your starting point. Then go to the App Store, and if you don't already have, download either MyFitnessPal or Carbon Coach by Layne Norton. Either of those will do the job. Enter your caloric intake there. Protein, another thing. Have 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So for example, if you weigh 80 kilos, have 160 grams of protein. Simple as that. So once you have that done, you have only 2 goals to achieve. First, overall calorie intake, protein. 2 goals, that's it. Don't look into micronutrients, foods that are healthy or unhealthy. Don't never mind any of that. To start off, these are 2 goals. Calorie intake, protein. Check your weight once a week. Like let's say if you have gatherings with friends or more likely to fail on a Friday, do your measurements on Thursday morning. That will give you enough motivation to push through the weekend in a better manner. Because if we are really honest with ourselves, weekends is where we all fuck up. In my opinion, healthy weight loss is around 0.5 to 0.7, like 500 to 700 grams a week. So if you check your weight Thursday to Thursday, if you lost, let's say 1.5 kilos, that means your deficit was too high and you need to decrease your deficit. That means increase your calories a little bit. Start by increasing 200-300, that'll do the job. If Thursday to Thursday you check your weight and you drop, let's say only 100 grams or your weight stayed the same, that means that the deficit was not enough and you need to decrease your calories a little bit as well. 200-300 will do the job. Another thing, tracking your food. For the especially first 2 weeks, track every single bite that you consume. Everything, coffee, water. If you just passed through the table and you saw the peanut, you took a peanut, you saw a biscuit in the kitchen, you ate a biscuit, track. Log every single item, because these all little nibbles that sometimes for people it comes to 40-50% of the daily intake. Because I have people, sometimes we look in their diet, they be like, oh, I'm only eating 1,000. And when we check, they're actually eating like 1,800, but they don't really log or think about these little nibbles. One more thing, very, very important thing. No fucking cheat meals, no refeeds, no whatever you call it for the first at least 6 to 8 weeks. That is bullshit. It will not speed up your metabolism. It doesn't work like that. All you're gonna be doing is start binging and doing all these crazy nasty shit, and you're gonna end up in the square one. And don't restrict yourself. Whatever you want, have it, just log it in. So for example, if your calorie budget is 1,500 calories and you went out with friends and you had a cheesecake for 700 calories, you have 800 calories left for the day and you have to survive on those 800 calories. So next day when that happens, you'll be more cautious, because if you have whatever peanut butter 50 grams, you'll be like, oh my god, that's half of my intake. And it is as simple as that. People just make it so complicated and doing all these like fancy approaches or whatever just to sell, just to market, and just to sell the bullshit. Health and fitness industry is multi-billion-dollar industry, and people trying to make money left and right, trying to sell the illusion, trying to sell whatever fuck they want to sell, booty bands, whatever. This is all bullshit, people. You need to stick to the basics and do the basics, and basics do work, and basics will always work. Another great advice I can give you is using NEAT as a variable as well. NEAT, like easiest way to track NEAT is counting your steps. So for example, you're adjusting your diet every 2 to 3 weeks by not much, 200-300 calories low, and eventually you're gonna run out of space of of where you're gonna lower the calories. So taking neat steps in consideration will lengthen that amount of time. So for example, for first 2 weeks, you lowered your calories by 300. For the next 2 weeks after that, you're gonna increase your steps by 2,000 steps. Again, after 2 weeks, you're gonna lower the calories. After 2 weeks, you're gonna increase your steps. And you're increasing the deficit by playing with two variables. Decreasing the intake, the energy, and you're increasing the expenditure. And the last thing, diet breaks. Your body will adapt to anything. That's why you need to keep adjusting your diet every 2 to 3 weeks. That body does that in order to survive. Every weight loss program, every approach, you can't be doing it forever because your body will eventually adjust. So you have to go in cycles because your body will adapt. So for example, if you keep cutting every 2 weeks, even every 3 weeks, even if you would need as a variable, you still will run out of space where to go. So I would suggest using diet break every 6 to 8 weeks. Like the longer you go without diet break, the longer the break has to be itself. For example, if every 6 to 8 weeks you take 1 week of diet break means you bring your calories back up to maintenance. So if you, let's say, started your 8-week diet with 2,000 calories and every 2 to 3 weeks you cut down by 200, you end up with maybe 1,400, 1,200 at your end stage, and then you bring them back up to 2,000, or your maintenance might be a bit lower, but anyway, bring it back up to the beginning point. You might gain a few hundred grams or even a kilo, but in the long term, that will help you keep going without stopping. Because what it will do, your body adapts, it's called metabolic adaptation, your body adapts to the newer intake. That's why you keep adjusting every 2-3 weeks. By bringing it back up, you adapt to higher intake, and then you can gradually start declining again. You basically just keep going in a circle and circle and circle while the weight loss slows down. Then you can take longer break and then restart the circle. So if you follow these 3 little steps, which are finding out your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, by just Googling it or of one of the apps I mentioned. And then once you have that intake, you have 2 goals. Smash that intake, plus have 2 grams of protein within your diet. That's it, that's all you need, people. As simple as that, just try it. When the truth is, there is no magic. There is no magic approach, there is no shortcut. All you need, for example, all you need in order to lose weight is fucking calorie deficit. And of course, things like food quality and all that matters. But in the beginning, in order for you to start the successful journey, you don't need to overcomplicate things. If you don't believe me, try it out and let me know how it went.